This is Fight Man News. Hello everyone. Let's talk boxing. Angulo vs Cintron. I'll say it again, now with the emphasis of logic in mind. Alfredo Angulo 15-0 vs Carmet Cintron 37-2. That sentence was followed by a handful of question marks and exclamation points, in case you happen to miss the overwhelming nausea depicted in my well-animated facial expressions. Now granted, this is a fight boxing fans wouldn't mind seeing at all, an undefeated, up-and-coming contender, against a former world champion yada yada. Did we even ask for this? Let me enlighten those who are bewildered by recent fighter matchups of late. Obviously, it all boils down to contracts, but how and in what particular fashion? Now I'm no business major, but I've watched enough Scorsese films to know how a bunch of gangsters operate in order to make that cash. And you don't have to be a business major to know that the entertainment boxing industry is rooted in the filthy externalities of capitalism, like a black market of sports entertainment, from Jack Johnson to Don King, no racial pun intended. And I stress the word entertainment, because I want to keep the subject matter a simple one. Generally, in boxing it is understood that paid cable networks like Showtime or HBO have contracts with the particular buzzing fighter/team, for a given period of time via number of fights. This has been the usual process, and the profiteers would find their angles to feast, based on the structured, let's say blueprint. So in a very plausible sense, the TV network became an indirect interest in a fighter's career decisions, at least for the duration of their agreement. Good matchups would make good money, good promotion would lead to pay-per-view, and on it goes. Then boxing, due to many factors including aftermaths in the heavyweight division for the most part after the late 90s, crashed its Lamborghini, and slipped into a coma. Financially, this meant that adjustments were necessary, in order to adapt to the market, by restructuring the status quo, and finding and creating more economic means of distributing the sport. However, a few paid networks did not move an inch, namely HBO. Recently, I believe, ShowBox has decided to pursue individual fight contracts, allowing arm space with a selection of showcases. In other words, one fight at a time. There has been recent talk of such business successes in lieu of the Jermaine Taylor vs Carl Froch fight that was picked up after HBO had decided to drop Taylor altogether, and use that slot to cover their up-and-coming stars in their New Faces of Boxing campaign. Nevertheless, one match was considerably a lot more suspenseful. I was personally at the edge of my seat come round 12. So, where to go from here? HBO has still not expressed any interest in changing their boxing contracts, and continues to force the stars in the sky to align, as if on call, at least 2 times a month. Here's another example, Cintron vs Martinez, something I realized was a good attraction indeed, not that I was asking for it, but a clever way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone for HBO. Argentinian on the rise, Puerto Rican's last chance, both only losing to 1 man, etc. So Cintron lost, okay, sorry dude, fast forward 2 quarters, and he's fighting another dude on the rise, and undefeated. Okay, I get it, Angulo is really untested at a world-class level. So what's Cintron doing in the other corner then, I'm still asking. And why are we testing a dude who's only got 15 pro fights so early anyways? Why? I just don't get it, but I do get it. Just like the mob, they are literally whacking Cintron, in Scorsese fashion, in place of a more creative idea and an opponent for Angulo, cause Cintron is shit to them now, and might as well get him out sooner than later. And how about KO style? I can see it now, lamply promoting the fact that it's over for Carmet, hang it up, yada yada, Pepsi Cola. It's the quagmire HBO has found themselves in, all because these fatties don't want to move with the times, and it's causing them to be a horrible Chuck Woolery of boxing. Ain't no love in these connections. We've all been rickrolled. By the way, my pick is Angulo by KO, in the 10th. Tune in for more news and our pre-fight analysis on upcoming bouts to get the inside edge on boxing. Only at Fight Man News. Goodbye for now.